In a post on Truth Social, Trump posted, I quote, "Any country aligning themselves with the anti-American policies of Brics will be charged an additional 10% tariff. There will be no exceptions to this policy," end quote. To discuss this, we joined this afternoon on the line by Dr. Sizo Nkala, a research fellow at the Center for China-Africa Studies, or Africa-China Studies, with the University of Johannesburg. A very good afternoon to you. Good to have you with us today. So perhaps let's start first with some definitions here. What can one define as quote-unquote anti-American policies of Brics? And why does Trump see Brics as a threat? Welcome.
Well, good afternoon and good afternoon to your listeners. Thank you very much for having me. So as we have become accustomed, the thing with Donald Trump is that the things that he talks about or the things he pronounces on the media are content-free and devoid of any substance. I mean, he just said anti-American policies, but he did not expand on that, just like how he was peddling the South African genocide narrative, but without any details. So we are left to speculate. So if we are to assume what constitutes an anti-American policy, according to Donald Trump, it would be maybe the BRICS countries moving towards de-dollarization, either by creating a new BRICS currency, which the countries have denied. They have said they are not creating a new BRICS currency, or by promoting local currency, trade in local currencies amongst themselves, which is another way of de-dollarizing. And then they seem to be pressing on with this particular policy of trading, deliberately trading in local currencies amongst themselves. And also, I think that they are creating new financial infrastructure. Because if you follow BRICS, when it started in 2009, their orientation was towards the reform of existing institutions, like the IMF or the World Trade Organization. But now I think they are shifting their strategy towards creating new institutions that would rival American-dominated global financial institutions. So that they're talking about the BRICS cross-border payments initiative, which will be an alternative to the SWIFT mechanism that is controlled by America. So I think that's what Donald Trump is uncomfortable about, that these countries, which are major economies in the world, are moving away from an American-dominated system to a new one where they will be shielded and protected from, I think, American dominance and American weaponization of the dollar and other aspects of the international financial system.
Yeah, and what would be the economic impact of this extra 10% tariff on those quote-unquote BRICS-aligned countries and the BRICS bloc themselves? I mean, if you look at the market reaction already, the Indian rupees fell about 0.5% after that particular announcement was made. But what type of long-term economic impact can one expect from this?
Well, I think the long-term impact is negative, because if Trump imposes these the 10% tariffs as he has promised or threatened to do, I think we'll see some retaliation, especially by China. I don't know about other countries in the group, but China will certainly retaliate. So what this does, I think, is it brings an atmosphere of uncertainty. Already Trump's trade policy has created uncertainty in the global economy. It has disrupted supply chains. The investment flows are not happening the way they should be happening, because businesses do not know what Donald Trump will decide tomorrow morning. So no one is certain, and investing in such a climate becomes a challenge. So I think we will see a further fragmentation or the deglobalization of the global economy because of these unilateral and protectionist measures that Donald Trump is imposing.
Doctor, you mentioned the reaction of some of the BRICS countries, Russia, China, South Africa. All of them came out saying that they're not anti-American and that they don't actually pose a threat to the United States, and that they're not consciously targeting them. But do you believe that these Trump assertions will help deter other countries from perhaps aligning with the BRICS blocs?
Well, I think when it comes to the degree of anti-Americanism within the BRICS, I think it varies according to the member countries. For countries like Russia and Iran, I think they are more anti-American because they are suffering under the sanctions imposed by America on their economies. So I think they are more anti-American in their stance than other members like South Africa, India, and Brazil, for instance, even the UAE and Egypt. So I think the BRICS countries themselves have to close ranks on their position towards America. I don't think there's a uniform position towards America. If you look at the way they reacted uh, to Trump tariffs in April, it was different. While some countries were chasing a deal, I mean, Indian leader went to Washington to try and hammer out a deal with the Trump administration. South Africa's President Ramaphosa also went to Washington to try and hammer out a deal with Washington. But the reaction we saw from China was different. I don't think these countries are talking to each other on their position towards Trump. But if we read the statements released by the BRICS leaders, I think they published a declaration yesterday. It's really not anti-American. I think they are pursuing their own interests, economic interests and geopolitical interests. Although in that statement, I think they are critical of, uh, they don't even name America in that statement. I think they've been critical of American actions in Iran. They are critical of Israel in Gaza. They're critical of Trump's unilateral tariff measures. So I think they have been critical, but uh, we cannot take such critiques to be anti-American. I think they're just protecting and advancing their interests.
Dr. Sizo Nkala, we thank you very much for putting all this into perspective for us. Thank you so much for your time this afternoon.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you, sir. It is also worth noting that the tariff pause is actually due to expire on the 9th of July, which is Wednesday. So between the 1st of August, when these new tariffs will come in, and now the 9th of July, it basically means that all those quote unquote anti-American countries that are pro-BRICS and pro-BRICS policies have to meet with the United States and negotiate some sort of a deal in order to stay in Donald Trump's good books and enjoy an easing down of that 10% tariff. It's gone exactly 22 minutes after